At NEDBANK, we defined our purpose as to use our financial expertise to do good for individuals, families, businesses, and society. We gave ourselves a responsibility to challenge old limiting paradigms about money and shift them to new, empowering ones. We realized that we can bring value to society out of our core strengths and what is germane to our business, extensive financial expertise. We do this through financial support, but more importantly, advisory services for individuals and the following sectors and businesses. We also offer corporate finance. Whether you need capital to finance a business venture, working capital to expand your business, or finance vehicles or plant machinery, we have the right solution to meet your specific business needs. Our corporate finance has big interests in mining, rendering support to the sector in a number of ways. Other corporate finance offerings include capital reconstructions, corporate restructuring, commercialization, privatization, localization, and equity investment advice, financial due diligence, investment advisory services, private placements, mergers and acquisitions, and business valuations. Small medium enterprises, SMEs. We understand that when you trust us with your business, you are entrusting us with your vision. We strive to work closely with you to build a firm financial base and find ways in which our banking solutions can be optimized to suit your diverse needs. We offer a myriad of products and are well placed to service and support the unique needs of the following. Traditional small businesses in various sectors including agro-processing, mining, distribution, retail or wholesale, service industry, food and beverage, manufacturing, transport and tourism, sole proprietors, professional practices, private business certificate holders, small franchise operators, registered savings and credit cooperative societies, SACCOs. Agribusiness. We provide guidance and support on all agriculture-related requests and ensure continuity, accessibility, and quick decision-making. Partnerships with leading academic institutions keep us abreast of the latest research developments and emerging trends in the industry. We have tailored, flexible, and cost-effective finance packages that specifically cater for the sector. We match export and import needs with strong global transacting products and simplified risk hedging instruments. Our specialist industry knowledge is aligned to the needs of three main market sectors, namely agronomy, horticulture, livestock production. Franchising. Our franchising is a unit which was created to devise and deliver tailored solutions for the franchise market. With our client-centric philosophy, partnering with you to grow your franchise, NEDBANK Franchising offers clients a banking partnership founded on our willingness and ability to understand your franchise and provide you with a solutions-driven service. We take both the franchisor and franchisee's needs into account. Our holistic approach includes lending, transactional, and value-added solutions. The bank has introduced numerous digital banking capabilities to simplify banking and improve customer experience. Our digital innovations include mobile banking using the USSD platform or mobile banking app, internet banking, online account opening, an enhanced contact center for improved customer queries handling, POS, point of sale, iPOS, integrated point of sale, and MPOS, mobile point of sale machines, and a vast network of ATMs that dispense USD and Zimbabwean dollars. We also facilitate DSTV payments, Zimra payments in USD and Zimbabwean dollars, and have a prepaid MasterCard available for your convenience. Our fully fledged international banking unit offers services in offshore finance, international business and SWIFT payments, facilitating foreign transactions such as foreign payments, foreign receipts processing, telegraphic transfers, CD1s and CD3s. NEDBANK's value-added services include financial planning, business assurance, investment planning, estate planning, offshore financial planning, and short-term insurance. We do not just throw money at you. That would be bad banking. We provide a considerable measure of support. Our financial advisory role will drive us to provide real engagement to ensure that what we deliver is sustainable for you, the society, and for us. We are the money experts who do good. See money differently. NEDBANK.
Welcome to our NEDBANK SME Seminar under the theme Demystifying the Auction System, Requirements and Expectations. We want to welcome you, our clients, NEDBANK staff members, NEDBANK executives, to this inaugural 2022 SME webinar. In terms of obviously the discussions, we are going to progress on a number of topical areas relating to the auction system. We've lined up a number of subject matter experts, internal speakers from NEDBANK, who are going to tackle various areas or various aspects of the topic at hand this morning. So thank you so much. Without further ado, we will introduce our first speaker for the day, who is Clifford Mtivu. He is our head of digital banking. Take it away, Clifford.
Thank you so much, Miriam. Good morning, everyone else. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our seminar. My task this morning is very easy. I am going to speak about digital banking. So the entry point for everyone is to have an account with NEDBANK. As NEDBANK, what we have done is we have enabled all our clients to be able to apply for an account online. You know, there are challenges that happened because of COVID-19, as well as the innovations that have been happening in the world. So as NEDBANK, we saw it fit that we enable all our clients to be able to open their accounts online without need of visiting the branch. So the process is very, very easy. You just go and log into our website, www.nedbank.co.zw. After that, you then choose the apply online option. When you choose that option, a form will appear where you put in all your details. And once you have completed the details that are required, you are requested to then upload all your company documents, including your tax clearance and anything that is stated on the online application form. And after you have done that, you'll be given a reference number that you will then present to the bank. A member of our contact center will contact you within a period of 48 hours to assist you and to help you with the account number, as well as to enable you to start transacting with NEDBANK. So now that you have been onboarded, now that you have an account, the second thing is for us to give you access to your bank account. We give you the capability to make payments using our various platforms. We have come up with innovative ways of enabling our customers to access their funds 24/7 from the comfort of their offices or from the comfort of their homes. The first product that I'm going to talk about is our internet banking platform. Our internet banking platform is a very secure and efficient platform that is available 24/7. That's every day of the week. The available services on our internet banking platform include internal transfers, transfers to other banks. You can also make zero payments as well as bulk payments. This platform enables you to make payments in both ZWL as well as USD currencies. I'm glad to also advise you that on our platform, you are also enabled to make payments that are MT tax exempt. Gone are the days when you would want, when you would struggle to find a place where you can then exempt those transactions that are supposed to be exempted from IMT tax. As NEDBANK, we have offered that enablement on our internet banking platform. Over and above that, you are also able to get a proof of payment once your transaction is done. The proof of payment is sent either, number one, to your SMS, or secondly, to your email. The email confirmation will be a PDF file, but we can customize it in line with your requirements. Then we go to the next and most innovative solution that we have brought on internet banking. We have enabled you, our customers, to have control over your account as well as your profiles. As NEDBANK, we have offered what we call self-service on internet banking. You are able to then do profile modifications. You can change the contact details on internet banking. You can change the user rights, make amendments. You can lock or unlock a profile. For instance, if someone is going on leave and you don't want them to have access to internet banking, you can lock the profile, and when they come back, you can then unlock the profile. You can also set limits on the internet banking platform for each profile, so that you manage and control your risk within your environment. So those are some of the features that are available on our internet banking that you can access 24/7. If you need any assistance, we have a contact center that is available 24 hours a day, where you can get assistance with our internet banking. As I move on with payments, I will speak about an innovation that we recently deployed, which is called API integration. We know that you have entrusted us with your money. So as the bank, we decided to also entrust you with the bank. So we offer what we call API integration, which is a solution that seeks to bring the bank within the environment of the customer. What do I mean? When we have an integration on this platform, you are able to log in within your own ERP system, your core system that you make use as a business. You are able to then create users that you say, these are the inputters, these are the authorizers, in line with your controls that are in your environment. After you have done that, you are ready to transact. You can do transactions to NEDBANK customers, or you can do transactions to other banks. So this is a capability that gives you total control and total access to the bank within your own ERP. So you don't need to log into your ERP and then you log into another platform, but you just log in to your system and start transacting. Over and above that, we have also given you access to your accounts through our SME debit card. The SME debit card gives you access to your account 24/7 as well. This product is unique in the market because it comes with enhanced security features to curb any risks of card fraud. So I'm glad to advise you that as NEDBANK, we are the first bank in Zimbabwe to offer a chip and PIN card that cannot be cloned, because we are just riding on the chip and we don't give permission on the mark stripe. So this is
a guarantee that when we issue you with our NEDBANK SME debit card, you are free from card fraud risk. We have also put in place flexible limits for you as an SME client. You can contact us through our contact center or through the SME banker, and we can increase or reduce the limits in line with your requirements. We also give you access to withdraw cash from all our ATM network around the country any time of the day. We give you access to your account using all these various means to be able to make payments. Just a recap, the first one is our internet banking platform. The second one is our mobile banking platform. The third one is API integration. And the fourth one is SME debit cards. So we are giving you total access 24 hours a day to your bank account. Now, that is what we call smart banking. Then on the collection side, we know you have customers that would like to make payments to you. So as NEDBANK, we have developed solutions that are tailor-made to suit your requirements. One of the solutions that we have is our NEDBANK point of sale solution. This point of sale solution enables you as our SME client to acquire both local and foreign cards. So if a customer comes with a debit card that is ZimSwitch enabled, they can have access on our NEDBANK point of sale machines. We are actually in the process of adding a new platform, which is American Express. We'll be acquiring American Express very soon. It's in the pipeline. In the next few months, we'll be letting you know that we are ready to acquire American Express, and this makes us the only bank in Zimbabwe to have the capacity to acquire using American Express. Over and above card acquiring, we also offer wallet acquiring on our point of sale machines. If a client comes with an EcoCash transaction or a one money transaction, as NEDBANK, we have enabled this capability on our point of sale machine. So a customer can come with EcoCash or one money, and the money that they would have paid is settled to you together with the card transactions on a daily basis. Over and above this, we have also provided a solution that integrates with your core system as an SME. We want to eliminate the reconciliation nightmares. We also want to increase the turnaround time at the point of payment when the customer is checking out their goods. So the integrated point of sale machine offers you these benefits where you eliminate reconciliation nightmares. You don't have any challenges with looking for receipts when they are misplaced, because this is embedded within your core system. You'll be having access to your collections via the point of sale machine. We have also introduced a new baby, which is Zipit Smart. What Zipit Smart does, it enables all or everyone who has a bank account in Zimbabwe to make a payment to you as our SME client. How do they do that? They just go onto their mobile phone, either using the USSD code or using the mobile application. As long as they have a bank account and as long as their bank is a member of ZimSwitch, they can initiate a transaction directly from their account to your bank account. This is an instant payment which provides notification to you, our merchant, as well as to our customer. This is an exciting innovation, and I believe that each and every one of you as our SME clients, you should have this solution. Please contact your bankers or our contact center for further information on how you can enroll. The enrollment is very easy. You just complete a very slight, a small form, and then the onboarding starts. I just have a few announcements with regards to what we are cooking in our NEDBANK pot of innovations for our SME clients. We are working on e-commerce acquiring, where we'll enable you to acquire international transactions from across the country here in Zim and from all over the world. You know, we are now operating in a global environment, so you'll be able to receive payments in US dollars via Visa, MasterCard, or even American Express. We are also introducing UST withdrawals on ATMs. By the way, I had forgotten to tell you that our debit cards that we have for SMEs are contactless. You are able to get into a merchant and do a payment with a contactless card, and vice versa. When a client comes with a contactless card and they want to make a payment to you, they can do so on the NEDBANK point of sale machines, and this works across the switch. Every bank in Zimbabwe that issue contactless cards, you'll be able to make a payment. We are also bringing in Pocket POS. We have been listening to you, our clients. You have been requesting for a Pocket POS that is tailor-made for you as our SME client. It's coming. Over and above that, we are enhancing our award-winning mobile app. Very soon, we'll be introducing an exciting mobile app that is also linked to our internet banking to give you a seamless customer experience on our digital channels. We are also working in the NEDBANK Innovation Port to enable you as our SME clients to initiate TT payments on our internet banking platform. So what do we stand for as NEDBANK Digital Banking? We stand for providing you with a unique, innovative digital capacity or capabilities to either make payments or to receive collections. If you have any solution that you would want NEDBANK to provide you, as a bank, we are flexible. We can tailor-make any solution to fit your requirement. As NEDBANK, we say, welcome to the space of digital payments. I thank you. I give this time back to Miriam. Thank you so much for listening.
Wow, there you have it. Thank you so much, Cliff. I think there's a lot in store for you as our customers. And certainly, I hope you were taking questions, you're taking note of the questions that you'd like further clarity. At the end of this program, we will certainly spare time to take your questions and answers. Thank you so much, Cliff. You also mentioned our 24-hour contact center, which is available to assist our customers at any point. You spoke about the API integration, and you said bringing the bank to the customer or open banking. Again, wonderful news, where customers can log into their own internal ERP system and directly into our own core banking system. Again, convenience at the doorstep of our customers. The chip and PIN card, yes, no more card cloning. The nightmares of card fraud are certainly over. So certainly another benefit and another convenience for our customers. Cliff also mentioned the collections. He spoke about our point of sale solutions to acquire local and foreign transactions. Wonderful again. The news about the American Express and Visa cards also coming. Wow, there's a lot that is happening in our digital space within NEDBANK. Last but not least, he spoke about Zipit Smart, which allows all account holders within Zimbabwe to be able to make payments into your own account as our customer. Wonderful news. Then again, exciting news. There's so much happening. Digital channels is not stopping. They promised us e-commerce acquiring. US dollar ATM withdrawal by corporates, pocket pause, enhanced mobile app, and you'll be able to do telegraphic transfers from internet banking. Wow, what convenience. Thank you so much, Cliff. We do appreciate the information that you have shared, and to our customers, please take note of the questions. And I know that sometimes digital products may be cumbersome, so please also feel free after this webinar to approach our SME bankers or your account relationship manager, who will be able to share more information about this particular product. But I know you have been waiting anxiously. I know about the auction system, the do's and don'ts, the guidelines, the ground rules. We have with us now Alfred Mandara, our head of international banking, who will certainly demystify the auction process, the auction system, what it takes, what causes penalties, and how can our customers maximize in terms of what is available on the weekly auction that is being managed by the Reserve Bank. So without further ado, over to you, Alfred. Please take it away.
Good morning to our senior management and all those who have logged into this particular webinar to hear what we have to say regarding the demystification of the auction system. Thank you very much, Miriam, for coming up with this interesting webinar. Definitely, it's interesting times indeed, and we certainly need to demystify what the auction is all about and what we need to do as NEDBANK, as our clients, on how best we can successfully participate and also benefit from this auction system that was introduced by the Reserve Bank. So I'll just start off by giving a background, what the auction system is all about, and also the objectives that were aimed at when the auction system was introduced by the Reserve Bank back in June of 2020. So just to give you a brief highlight or an overview of what that is all about. So essentially, the foreign exchange auction system, which was introduced by the Reserve Bank in June of 2020, is a monetary policy instrument which was introduced by the Reserve Bank, in which it actually sells foreign currency to our valued importers through a bidding system in which bidders submit bids to the bank in order to access foreign currency, in which they actually indicate their preferred rates. So the primary purpose of this foreign exchange auction system is to fund high priority payments and is not for use for local, to meet local obligations. And why do we have an auction system? What was, the rationale or the objectives of the Reserve Bank introducing the auction system? So first and foremost, this auction system was introduced as a mechanism for price discovery of the foreign exchange rate. Remember, fellow clients and business partners, prior to the auction system, responsible for issuing the foreign exchange rate in the market. So in a bid to make this process more transparent, to provide clarity, the Reserve Bank then introduced the auction system as a means to provide a price discovery mechanism within the market. And that way, the foreign exchange rate becomes market determined. So that is where we are. So when the auction system was introduced since June 2020, I'm sure you can appreciate where the rate is at now, which is determined by the market. We're currently averaging, it should be $1 to 130 ZWL per week for the interbank market rate. Then the second objective is to ensure efficient allocation of foreign exchange on the market. Why is that an objective? It is because there are certain sectors, there are certain industries which under normal circumstances would not have ready access to foreign exchange. And that is one of the primary reasons why the Reserve Bank then decided to introduce a foreign exchange auction system in order to ensure efficient allocation of foreign exchange on the market. So what does it take for one to benefit from the auction? What does it take for one to submit a successful bid onto the market? So for successful participation onto the auction market, participants are required to be meticulous in their submissions. First and foremost, they have to complete an auction bid form that is then supported by the requisite documentation that has been outlined by the Reserve Bank, documentation of which I shall also share with you towards the end of this presentation. So in terms of submission of this documentation, as our clients, we always urge you to submit your documents as early as possible in the week to ensure that we carefully validate, identify any gaps, identify any errors, so that we're able to support your bid and successfully submit it to the Reserve Bank. So the cutoff time that you will need to observe in submitting this auction bid is by 11 a.m. each Wednesday. So that is both the soft copy as well as the hard copy documents, which are the supporting documents that we then need to forward to the Reserve Bank. And according to the auction rules that have been communicated, only one bid is permitted per client. Multiple bids, if they are to be submitted, will render the submission disqualified, and you will not be able to participate onto the auction. And also the parameters or the amounts that can be bid for. On the SME auction, as you are all aware, the minimum amount that is required or that is permitted by the Reserve Bank is $2,500 per auction. That is the minimum amount. And the maximum amount that is allowed or is permitted is $20,000 per week on the auction. And then on the main auction, the minimum amount that is permitted is $50,000, whilst the maximum amount permitted is $500,000 per week. And all bids, when completed, they have to be quoted in US dollars. No other currencies are permitted when you submit your bid schedules to NEDBANK. Otherwise, your bid schedules will be disqualified. So just for you to just have an appreciation of what factors or what areas or parameters that you need to disclose or that you need to take note of when you're completing the foreign exchange bid. I'm sure on the screen you are seeing a template that is shared with you that you'll need to complete each and every time that you'd want to participate on the bid. We've got a foreign currency bid form that actually outlines the various areas or parameters that you need to complete to ensure that you're compliant and that your bid is successful. So you will need to indicate the actual name, that is the applicant name, as it appears on a company registration form. And you also need to indicate the date of incorporation of your company. All this information is important and is required by the Reserve Bank when they do validate and as they review your foreign exchange bid form. You also need to indicate the commencement date, that is the trading commencement date, when your business commenced trading. Your business partner number, that is the BPN registered with ZIMRA, will render you compliant with tax matters. So it's very important that you've got a valid tax clearance certificate that has been validated by ZIMRA as you submit your bid form to the bank. And then also the category of the bidder. We have two categories that have been introduced by the Reserve Bank. We've got the primary bidder and we've got the secondary bidder, that is the categories. So you need to outline which category that your company falls under, because that will also ensure that your bid is also accepted when it is submitted to the Reserve Bank. Then one of the key aspects where we've noted clients have been falling short is actually the aspect that has to do with the physical address from which they operate from. So it's very important that you clearly outline the physical address that your business operates from, and this has to be accompanied by a valid utility bill that is 3 months old. Any other documentation that cannot confidently prove your business address will also compromise the success of your bid at the auction. Then it's also important to then indicate the prior exchange control number, especially where you'd want to bid for the purposes of making a payment towards a foreign service. Because for every foreign service that is contracted by our clients, we have to make sure that this has been registered with the Reserve Bank prior to you making any payments. Then coming on to the actual elements that will need to be taken note of when you're completing the bid form is the economic sector under which you operate. So there are various economic sectors. So you'll find that on the bid form, there's actually a drop-down list. So it is from that drop-down list that you need to actually select the economic sector that you operate under. It could be manufacturing, it could be tourism, it could be services, or it could be mining. So it's very important that you take note of the actual economic sector that falls, that your business falls under, and it needs to be very accurate. And also the purpose of funds for which you would want to pay. This also is available on the drop-down list that is available on the template that we have shared with yourselves. Then coming on to the full description of goods and services, it's very important that you highlight the individual or the respective, it could be goods or services that you would like to bid for, that you'd like to pay for, as they appear on your invoice. In some cases, we have noted that some of our clients are not very comprehensive when they are indicating the description of goods or services that they do provide. So it's very important that you take note that we don't leave any stone unturned. So it's important that you outline the respective goods that you are importing so that this can be carefully validated when the auction is underway. Then we come to the ultimate beneficiary. The ultimate beneficiary, ideally, we've got two sections there. That is also, it emanates from a drop-down list. It's either you are purchasing the goods for your own use, especially when one is into manufacturing, or you are purchasing these goods or importing these effects for the purposes of resale. So it's very, very important that you actually are clear on that and you highlight, because that also has an implication on how your bid is going to be validated by the Reserve Bank. Then coming on to the amounts, we've had issues where clients, in some cases, are not quite familiar with the amounts that they'll need to indicate on the bid. Like I've mentioned earlier, the auction has got parameters, has got limits in terms of what can be bid for and what cannot be bid for. So for the SME auction, the minimum amount that you, our clients, can bid for is $2,500 US. Anything below that will not be accepted and will be unsuccessful should it be submitted to the Reserve Bank. And the maximum amount that you can indicate on your bid application form and even on your invoices as well is $20,000 US. So it's very important that you take note. And now where it becomes interesting now is the bid exchange rate, because that is the primary function of the foreign exchange auction. Like I've mentioned earlier, it's a bidding system where our clients will indicate your preferred bid that you have valued the US dollars in respect of your needs and your wants. So on that particular note, you just need to indicate what you deem to be the applicable exchange rate at that time. And then also ensure that you've got sufficient ZWL or RTGS amount in your accounts as you submit your bids to ensure that you're compliant with the regulations. And also a declaration of the ZWL balance that you hold with us, your bank, NEDBANK. Then in addition to that, on the bid form, there's also a requirement that you need to declare your current nostril balance. There are some of our clients who also do receive some of their receipts in US dollars. So it's important for you to declare the aggregate balance that is across all the banks, including NEDBANK as well, where you need to declare the current nostril balance that you have that is available to you. So what is very important and what is very critical is to make sure that you do not have sufficient nostril balances within your account that can meet your invoice amount. Otherwise, your bid will not be successful when submitted to the Reserve Bank. In fact, that particular bid will be dropped by NEDBANK for as long as you have demonstrated that your nostril balance is sufficient to meet your import requirements. Then on the last column is the supporting documents, where you just need to declare and acknowledge the supporting documents that you would have attached to your bids. Then moving on to the auction ground rules. So when the Reserve Bank released its directive in February of 2022, it also then emphasized the auction ground rules that need to be adhered to by yourselves, our clients, our business partners. Some of these elements I've already highlighted, but I'll just need to touch on a few topical ones that have got a very severe implication on your participation on the auction bid. We've got issues to do with, for those who are into export, you need to make sure that your forms CD1 have been acquitted, or if the anticipated foreign inflows, if they are not yet received in the country, you need to make sure that you have sought an extension so that you are not red flagged with the Reserve Bank, which can prevent you from participating on the auction. And the same also applies for any previous foreign payments that you would have made. You need to make sure that the bills of entry have also been acquitted, or the necessary extensions have been sought. We've got a very competent team within the international banking unit that will gladly assist you should you require any assistance with either acquittals of your export documentation or extension. And the same also applies for imports, where you might want to seek extension of your import documentation, or you'd want to acquit your import documentation so that you remain compliant at all times to ensure that you successfully participate on the bid. Then the issue of foreign currency balances within your accounts, you need to make sure that you do not have sufficient balances within your USD accounts, which are sufficient for you to meet your import payments. And then also your RTGS account, your Zim dollar account, it has to be sufficiently funded to meet the bid amount that you have bid for. And that also includes the 1% commission that is due to the Reserve Bank. And in terms of submission of documentation, always ensure that you submit legible documents, you submit your documents on time to the bank, so that we can carefully validate this on time and be able to come back to you should we have any issues or should there be any clarifications that are required. Then there are also additional ground rules that have been communicated by the Reserve Bank, which can also have an implication on your participation on the auction. Like I've mentioned earlier on, only one bid per client permitted. So if you are going to be operating, if you are going to be submitting multiple bids, unfortunately, your bid will be disqualified and will not be submitted to the Reserve Bank. So it's very important for you to take note of this. And there are also other instances or issues that have also been identified and which have been identified and have been communicated by the Reserve Bank. Instances where there are shareholders, there are company owners who now operate multiple companies. So there are some who are now coming onto the auction and have actually opened up companies for the purposes of participating on the auction. So as we submit information to the Reserve Bank, they also do compile their own information. So it's very important that when you've got more than one company and you'd want to come onto the auction, ensure that these companies operate in different business segments so that it is not construed that you'd want to double dip onto the auction, as it were, where you've got two companies that come to bid onto the auction in order to meet the same obligations or to import similar goods or to import similar services. Ideally, the companies have to be different, offer different products or offer different services. Otherwise, this can compromise your ability to participate on the auction. And also the nature of business for which you'd want to import goods or services. When you submit your bid, the effects or services that you're importing have to be in line with your business. You cannot have one who is in the tourism service but is importing mining equipment. So that also raises red flags and can place your company under unnecessary investigation. So we are there to provide guidance so that you do the needful in terms of submitting your applications for the bid. And You also need to make sure that you are a registered importer with us as well as you participate on the bid. That is on the Reserve Bank Foreign Payments platform, which is the CBAS platform for foreign importers. So you need to make sure that you are also registered with us on that. So what are the implications for non-compliance? What would render your bid unsuccessful? And what are the resultant effects that can come to your business if you are non-compliant on the auction? So it has happened in instances where clients have disregarded the ground rules that I've communicated or the information that has been made available to them, where clients have been disqualified from participating from the auction for flouting the regulations and not observing the ground rules that have been communicated to them. And then going further, the Reserve Bank has now even started to suspend bidders from participating from the auction, especially where one willfully disregards the ground rules and flouts the regulations. So these are all implications that do have a record, and we do not want any of our banking partners to be caught in such a net. And for that purpose, we are always available and ready and stand to provide any support that you might require when you want to come and participate on the auction. And finally, for those who continue to flout regulations, there are penalties and prosecution that is actually being crafted for those who actually abuse the auction funds on the market and externalize and fail to account for any funds that have been allocated to them from the auction. So I think with that, thank you very much for your time and thank you for listening in. I'll hand you over back to our moderator, Miriam Sisengwe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alfred. Wow. He spoke about transparency, that the foreign exchange market, the foreign exchange is market determined, and it ensures efficient allocation of foreign currency. Wow. He also urged our clients to submit documents early in the week to allow for meticulous validation, because there's a lot of validation that goes in the background to ensure that as many of our customers are not disqualified from the auction. So there is a lot of input from our international team as well as our sales team that goes into the preparation of the submission of auction bids. He spoke about auction parameters for the SME auction, minimum 2,500 US to a maximum of 20,000. On the main auction, minimum 50,000 US to a maximum of 500,000 US. He also gave us a very detailed rundown of the actual auction bid form. I'm sure our guests were taking note, and possibly future submissions will actually be in line with the guidelines that were communicated by Alfred this morning. He mentioned one key parameter, which means that you have to have sufficient ZWL in your account to be able to fund your auction bid. He also laid some auction ground rules, topical and with severe implications, with the CD1 acquittals. Make sure that you have no overdue bills of entry and tax compliance. Very, very critical issues in terms of your submission of bids. Then finally, on the don'ts, he spoke about no double dipping. So it means multiple companies by the same shareholders cannot bid on the auction, especially importing the same goods. He also spoke about importation restricted to goods in line with the declared nature of business. Implications for non-compliance, very grave. He spoke about disqualification of the bids from the auction, suspension of the bidder, and finally, penalties and prosecution for abuse of the auction system or auction funds. So there you have it, our customers, our clients, and I think even for staff members, it's very important to understand the parameters and the requirements of the foreign exchange system. Thank you so much, Alfred, for that rundown. I'm sure we'll take a break, and please watch this space for more information with regards to what we offer as NEDBANK. Thank you.
At NEDBANK, we defined our purpose as to use our financial expertise to do good for individuals, families, businesses, and society. We gave ourselves a responsibility to challenge old limiting paradigms about money and shift them to new, empowering ones. We realized that we can bring value to society out of our core strengths and what is germane to our business, extensive financial expertise. We do this through financial support, but more importantly, advisory services for individuals and the following sectors and businesses. We also offer corporate finance. Whether you need capital to finance a business venture, working capital to expand your business, or finance vehicles or plant machinery, we have the right solution to meet your specific business needs. Our corporate finance has big interests in mining, rendering support to the sector in a number of ways. Other corporate finance offerings include capital reconstructions, corporate restructuring, commercialization, privatization, localization, and equity investment advice, financial due diligence, investment advisory services, private placements, mergers and acquisitions, and business valuations. Small medium enterprises, SMEs. We understand that when you trust us with your business, you are entrusting us with your vision. We strive to work closely with you to build a firm financial base and find ways in which our banking solutions can be optimized to suit your diverse needs. We offer a myriad of products and are well placed to service and support the unique needs of the following. Traditional small businesses in various sectors, including agro-processing, mining, distribution, retail or wholesale, service industry, food and beverage, manufacturing, transport and tourism, sole proprietors, professional practices, private business certificate holders, small franchise operators, registered savings and credit cooperative societies, SACCOs, agribusiness. We provide guidance and support on all agriculture-related requests and ensure continuity, accessibility, and quick decision-making. Partnerships with leading academic institutions keep us abreast of the latest research developments and emerging trends in the industry. We have tailored, flexible, and cost-effective finance packages that specifically cater for the sector. We match export and import needs with strong global transacting products and simplified risk hedging instruments. Our specialist industry knowledge is aligned to the needs of three main market sectors, namely agronomy, horticulture, livestock production. Franchising. Our franchising is a unit which was created to devise and deliver tailored solutions for the franchise market. With our client-centric philosophy, partnering with you to grow your franchise, NEDBANK Franchising offers clients a banking partnership founded on our willingness and ability to understand your franchise and provide you with a solutions-driven service. We take both the franchisor and franchisee's needs into account. Our holistic approach includes lending, transactional, and value-added solutions. The bank has introduced numerous digital banking capabilities.
Wonderful. Welcome back to all our guests and welcome back to those who perhaps joined us during the course of this webinar. We are now proceeding to a presentation by Pelagia Mavunda, Senior Dealer within our Treasury Department. She's also talking about another aspect of the auction from a Treasury perspective. Over to you, Pelagia.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this morning to this presentation where we are talking about the auction system. It is a very key issue that has been assisting the market. Like my predecessor said, that it was introduced for a purpose of bringing market efficiency as well as transparency on how our foreign currency is being used in the economy. So like my predecessor said that it was introduced in June 2020. Firstly, it was for large corporates with a minimum amount of 50,000. However, due to engagements with the other participants, market participants, seeing the importance of the SME in our economy as it drives growth, it is very key. So the government decided to include the SME, which then started in August 2020. So it was borrowed from the Dutch auction system. However, from our side in Zimbabwe, it has some modifications. Okay, on the screen, it just shows the difference between the Dutch auction system as well as the Zimbabwe auction system. Firstly, we'll look at transparency. So on the Dutch auction system, the auction amount is known beforehand. This then leads to guiding the bids that will be submitted. But in our economy, what we are currently seeing is the amount is not known beforehand. So bidders just bid at prices, some of them at low prices, which are opportunistic prices. The effect of this is that the demand continues to be very high, which is not in line with the supply of the foreign currency. And then the settlement period, which is the next one. The settlement period in the Dutch auction system is 48 to 72 hours. But what we are currently seeing in Zimbabwe, it's taking up to 3 months for the auction awards to be allocated. And then what is the effect of this on our market participants, especially those who go through the bidding system? So capital is tied up as they transfer their Zim dollar to the central bank whilst awaiting the US dollar. This then causes pressure on the alternative market rate, which is what we have been witnessing recently. And then we've also seen that some of the market participants, some of the companies will start rejecting the Zim dollar as they want to get the US dollar for them to be able to import goods. And then the next one, the allotment system, highest bid downwards. So on the Dutch auction system, those who bid at the highest price will get the full award of what they have bid. But in Zimbabwe, it's a blended approach. There is no, even a highest bidder can get half of what they have bid for. So the effect of this is there is no price discovery as what we have seen, which is currently happening in the market. And then on allotment, full allotment of highest bids on a pro rata basis. So like building on to the previous point, which was saying the highest bids downwards. So on this one, on the Dutch auction system, it's a full allotment on those that would have bid with the highest rate. But in Zimbabwe, we're witnessing a partial allocations to different bidders. What does this lead to? There's an ending appetite for foreign currency, as can be seen by the bids that continue to go through. Witness that every other client has to apply on the auction every other week due to their need for foreign currency, as they would not have been allocated according to their requirement. And then on the supply, which is the last point, the supply of the foreign currency on the Dutch auction system, it's all forex holders. But in Zimbabwe, the supply is coming from the RBZ retained export earnings, which they are retaining currently, which is, I think, 40% for export proceeds. That is what is used as the supply for the foreign currency. And the effect of this, there is confidence deficit in the market on the sustainability of the auction, and then there is continuation of alternative market trades, as can be seen by what we are witnessing currently in Zimbabwe. Looking at the auction system from its onset, we have had some benefits. It allowed for importers to access foreign currency easily on the formal market at the formal rate, leading to an increase in production, as can be witnessed by the capitalization that we noticed in 2021, with industry capacity utilization coming in at 61%, quite a significant improvement following the years that we have had a slow industry capacity utilization. And then curbing of inflation. We all remember that in July of 2020, inflation rate was at 837%, which was the highest since dollarization, and it went down to 50% in August 2021. So this can be applauded through the auction system, which allowed for market participants or companies to use the formal rate in terms of pricing their goods, hence curbing inflation growth. And then the last one, it's allowing the SMEs to also participate in the auction system. And we have been witnessing timeous funding of the auction allocations, especially for the SME auctions. And then the challenges that we have had with the auction system, the managed exchange rate has failed to bring about price discovery in the market. As we have seen so far, there is a managed exchange rate, although it floats on a weekly basis. There is monitoring or managing of the exchange rate through the central bank. Hence, there is no truly price discovery of what the Zim dollar value is against the US dollar. And the second challenge that we have been facing, there have been delays in terms of getting the actual US dollar from the central bank after clients have been awarded. So it raises concerns on how sustainable is this auction system if clients can go up to 3 months without receiving their US dollar. And then also due to some delays that we have been witnessing in regards to the funding coming through, it has exerted pressure on the alternative market, as can be seen by the premium rate, which is now above 80%. That is the premium band between the alternative as well as the formal rate, which is 86%. Market participants are resorting to pegging prices against alternative market rate, hence influencing inflation, as what we have witnessed recently with February inflation coming in at 66%, as market participants are now going to the alternative market rate to get the US dollar, and due to its high price, they also have to match their prices in the shop so that they can augment the cost that they are getting from getting the US dollar on the alternative market. And then the last challenge we are having with the auction system, increasing backlog, which might see another round of ring-fenced auctions as the RBZ plans to move the system to allocate what is available. As we have heard from the market through the central bank that they are planning on clearing the outstanding backlog that we have, and then they will move to allocating what is available. This is a welcome move, especially if the central bank is to adhere to that, where they are allocating what is available. I think we will be in line with the Dutch auction system, and it will also move to a price discovery of the Zim dollar. And then the role of the bank, what NEDBANK does in terms of this auction system. We are an agent. We assist in submission of the foreign currency bids to the central bank, as my predecessor said, through meticulous checking also of all the documents to ensure that our clients are assisted. And then due to this increasing backlog that we are witnessing in the market, as and when the bank has got some funds available, they can allocate some of the clients with pressing needs whilst they wait for the central bank to avail the funds later. So this will assist those clients with pressing needs, especially in the manufacturing sector, so that we can continue business going on whilst we wait for the central bank to avail the funds later. And then the last one, the bank continues to represent its clients who come through with pressing needs and submits the same to the central bank, as I mentioned earlier. And then the outlook going forward, what we are seeing, the RBZ has highlighted system. The RBZ also, in their monetary policy in February 2022, the export retention measures, especially allowing some of the manufacturing as well as tourism not to surrender, and manufacturing to surrender partially on their export receipts. This is a welcome move, especially on the exporters, but it may limit the funds that are available on the auction, which would dampen the efforts that they are making to have a stable exchange rate and price stability going forward. And then the Zim dollar continues to be overvalued on the official market, making foreign currency holders to continue holding on to their foreign currency and reducing what is available for the auction. I think we all know that most of the exporters are not really keen to submit their US dollar on the formal market due to the disparity that is there between the formal market as well as the alternative market rate. So this has led to the foreign currency not being available on the formal market for redistribution to our importers. And then lastly, the economy is not yet fully benefiting from the foreign currency sitting in the bank deposits. There is need for the Reserve Bank to allow for price to be discovered in the market, for the price of the Zim dollar to be discovered in the market. If that is done, this will allow for the US dollars to come to the formal market and assist in the foreign auction system, and assist also in availing foreign currency to our importers, our manufacturings, and our SMEs, so that the economy can keep going on and increase the market capital, market capitalization, as well increase the industry performance and economic growth going forward. Thank you very much, Miriam. Back to you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Pelagia, for that rundown of the auction system from a treasury perspective. I will just give our listeners or our participants just a brief rundown of some of the key points that I noted during your presentation. Among them, you mentioned, I think, a very key aspect, that the local system is a blended approach. There's no price, which is not allowed for price discovery. You spoke about also in Zimbabwe, now on the Zimbabwean system, it allows for partial allocation versus the full allotment on the Dutch system. In terms of the benefits of the auction, Pelagia mentioned to us that the auction allowed formal allocation of forex, hence it has increased production, and I think we've also witnessed capacity utilization increase in the local economy. This auction system also allowed SMEs to participate on the auction system. I think the introduction of the SME auction system, therefore we are seeing a timeless allocation of foreign currency to our SMEs, which is very critical in terms of how they run their businesses, especially where they've got an import component on their manufacturing or business requirements. Challenges, Pelagia mentioned a number of challenges that we have experienced from the auction. Among them, that the managed exchange rate system failed to bring about price discovery. She spoke about also the delays in allocations, raising concerns on sustainability. It has also exerted pressure on the alternative market. We have also seen a resurfacing or an upsurge in inflation as market participants are resorting to pegging prices on the alternative market rate, which obviously has got implications from a pricing perspective. She also spoke of a possible move towards the ring-fenced auction. Finally, she did mention the role of NEDBANK as an agent and how NEDBANK has been assisting in ensuring business customers, especially on the main auction, through a pre-funding facility where customers with priority payments come to the bank and the bank provides a bridging finance in terms of allocation, and then they will offset once we have received your allocations from the Reserve Bank. Wow. She also finally concluded on the outlook in terms of how Reserve Bank is viewing the auction. So there again, you have more information, and I do believe that our customers have been enlightened, or at least there are areas that have been demystified. But obviously in other areas, it might call for further discussions after this meeting. And certainly, we are there with our various subject matter experts to be able to attend to your questions, to your areas of concern, and where perhaps you need further engagement, we are certainly at your service. Wow, wonderful. Thank you so much, Pelagia, for sparing time out of your busy schedule to share that snippet with us. Last but not least, we are progressing, and as the host of this event, we certainly cannot let the day go by without SME banking sharing with you, our valued customers, the various value propositions that we have under our SME banking. And with us this morning is Tendai Mariwa, one of the senior SME bankers within the unit, who will certainly share with you the products and services and solutions that are offered to SME customers that bank with us. Over to you, Tendai.
Thank you so much, Miriam. Good morning to our delegates. The global outlook has seen small and medium enterprises taking a center stage in most global economies. And as a bank, we are cognizant of this. NEDBANK has then crafted an SME value proposition that offers small and medium enterprises an opportunity to grow through a diverse range of customized business solutions. But firstly, Who are we as NEDBANK? NEDBANK Zimbabwe Limited, formerly MBCA Bank Limited, was founded in 1956 as the Merchant Bank of Central Africa. In response to the market demands, the bank became a fully fledged commercial bank in 2004. And in March 2018, the bank rebranded to NEDBANK Zimbabwe Limited. Our network comprises of 9 branches, 3 branches in Harare, Jason Moyo, Salverton, and Borodale, 2 branches in Bulawayo, Aleppo Takawira Street, and Belmont, a branch in Gweru, Mutare, Shishavane, and Victoria Falls. All these are supported, obviously, by our digital solutions, as alluded to earlier by Cliff. The NEDBANK Limited shareholders include Ned Group Investments Africa at 66.02%, Old Mutual Zimbabwe Limited at 20.46%, Mediobanca Banca de Credito in Italy at 0.86%, the NEDBANK Employee Share Trust at 7.30%, and other shareholders that constitute 5.36%. Our heritage as NEDBANK stems from our merchant banking era, which has provided us with a sound understanding of the intricacies of international trade finance. Through our parent company, we benefit from a pool of regional, Pan-African, and international expertise in treasury, as well as international trade finance. So the million-dollar question then becomes, who is NEDBANK? Why are we banking with NEDBANK? Why bank with us as your bankers? So as NEDBANK, we pride ourselves as a reputable foreign currency dealer. We also boast of a strong correspondent banking relationships with various offshore banks. Our merchant banking era has also provided us with over 6 decades of international trade expertise. We also, through our parent company, as alluded to earlier, enjoy a footprint in the regional and Pan-African bank across Africa. And obviously, we are also specialized in offering offshore lines of credit to our customers. NEDBANK has a wealth of expertise that cuts across various sectors in the economy, namely agriculture, mining, services, tourism, manufacturing, tobacco, retail, and distribution. It is through this expertise that we as NEDBANK are able to offer you transactional solutions at very competitive pricing. Our product range includes the current account, Nostro accounts, both the local, the domestic for the local transactions, as well as the export Nostro account for exporters. We've got our local debit card. We've got the local POS machines. We've got the international POS acquiring, which Cliff spoke about. And we're also offering the bank assurance through Old Mutual, who is our agent, as well as a Zipit Smart product that has been recently launched. Over and above these transactional solutions, we also offer value-add services for you as our business partner. This includes access to small seminars, workshops, and webinars such as these ones, access to advisory services through our strategic partners, as well as a dedicated SME banker to give you the required advice and support pertaining to your business needs. In terms of our international banking solutions, we also specialize in cross-border payments. We also have the local Nostro and Forex Nostro cash withdrawals, which are in line with the RBZ set limits. Currently, the daily Nostro withdrawal limit is at USD 10,000 per day. We've got export receipts. So if you've got banking partners across the continent, they can also remit funds through our international banking. We've also got the Forex auction participation that Alfred and Pelagius spoke about, as well as exchange control, treasury, and advisory services. In terms of our lending solutions, which I believe are very topical when it comes to you as our SMEs, we offer short-term facilities. These include our working capital finance facilities, which can be structured as an amortized term loan or a fluctuating overdraft over a maximum period of 12 months. We've got the fairly short-term order finance facilities, usually over 60 days, through a reputable off-taker who then gives you a standard letter of undertaking. We also assist with bid bonds and performance guarantees should you be participating in tenders. And we've also got short-term guarantee facilities once you've clinched the necessary contracts with your off-takers. We also offer medium-term loan solutions to purchase plant and equipment to assist with your business needs. And this is usually over a repayment of 18 months. In terms of our long-term facilities, we speak of our vehicle finance, popularly known as the VAF facility, to assist you businesses to purchase brand new motor vehicles or pre-owned motor vehicles, either to boost your existing fleet or to replace your aged fleet. NEDBANK has partnered with a number of authorized dealers in the market, and we are currently engaging them to assist so that should you require vehicle financing needs, we are the person to go to. Also, under the long-term facilities, we've got the asset-based finance. This will assist in terms of financing your business plant and equipment. So obviously, we understand that as businesses, you also have employees to look after. And I think our bigger picture banking perspective helps us understand that you and your employees have day-to-day banking needs. As such, we've also got our personal banking solutions. NEDBANK boasts of a private banking suite, which offers personalized service within the exclusive private banking lounges that are found at our various branches, Borodale, Salverton, and Jason Moyo, as well as our Blueo JMN branch. We also then have the private banking tills in the smaller country branches, Gweru, Mutare, Rishabane, and Victoria Falls. So through the private banking suite, you have a dedicated personal banker who's able to assist you. You also have access to our international MasterCard. You've got the internet and mobile banking solutions. We also have an opportunity for you to bank with NEDBANK in South Africa through our non-resident account. Currently, we've recently launched the personal overdraft facilities for our personal bankers, which is an exciting product that we have on board. And over and above that, we've got various loyalty programs that you can enjoy, be it holiday, conference, restaurant, medical, and telecommunications discounts. So I think in summary, as SME, we've made strides in trying to be visible within the market and to offer you, our business partners, solutions that speak to your business needs. So in summary, that's what I have, Miriam, from the SME Bank. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Wow, there you have it, our offering under the SME banking unit. Thank you so much, Tendai, for that information. I think you started off, obviously, assumption is the lowest form of knowledge. You gave us a background of who NEDBANK is, our branch representation, our network, as well as our shareholders. Wow, wonderful. You also mentioned the areas of expertise within the SME unit, the key sectors of the economy. We've got experts who are able to assist you in various sectors of the economy in terms of your banking needs. You spoke about an array of transactional solutions. Again, you re-emphasized the products that were shared by Cliff earlier, as well as other transactional products such as our current accounts and our Nostro accounts, as well as our bank assurance offering. You spoke about value-added services like this particular webinar. It's one of our value-added service initiative to help our customers in terms of areas that may be topical and where perhaps they are looking for information but are not able to find it. So there we are, as your money experts that do good. We certainly provide you with information to help you manage your business better. You spoke about dedicated advisory services and dedicated SME bankers. Let me hasten to say we are currently reconfiguring our SME unit, and I'm sure for the convenience of our customers, we will be updating you on the various ways that we are putting in place to be able to serve you better, to understand your business better, and to be able to anticipate some of your needs as our customers. You spoke about international banking solutions, again, the local and cross-border payments, export receipts, exchange control, and treasury advisory services. You went on to mention lending products. A lot of our customers require support in terms of how to capacitate their business, be it from capital expenditure or working capital requirements. I think you gave a detailed rundown on the number of products that are available, of vehicle and asset finance products, and our medium-term facilities. Finally, as NEDBANK, we are a one-stop shop. You mentioned NEDBANK at Work, where as NEDBANK, we are able to bank the staff members of the corporates that bank with us. And obviously, we also appreciate that convenience is key for you as the executives. We also have private banking suites for you as executives to be able to enjoy the NEDBANK service. So she spoke about loyalty programs and a number of products that are on offer. And I'm sure our refreshed private banking lounges are certainly something that our customers look forward to enjoying. So please, as we progress, I'm sure private banking is either by invitation or by referral. And then we are not leaving anyone behind. For those who do not necessarily qualify for private banking, there is also an array of personal and consumer banking products that are available through our consumer banking network. Wow. Thank you so much. I think this has been very informative for our customers. There are some products that we offer that you may not necessarily have been aware of. So I think our next portion, we are going on to our question and answer session. I'm sure you've been keeping those questions rolling in. So certainly we'll take perhaps a few minutes break, and we'll certainly be able to articulate and answer the questions that you brought. Let me hasten to say Cliff had another engagement. So Farai Marambire from our e-channels or digital channels will stand in and answer any questions that are certainly relating to our digital banking array of products that was mentioned as we started this webinar. Thank you so much.
At NEDBANK, we defined our purpose as to use our financial expertise to do good for individuals, families, businesses, and society. We gave ourselves a responsibility to challenge old limiting paradigms about money and shift them to new, empowering ones. We realized that we can bring value to society out of our core strengths and what is germane to our business, extensive financial expertise. We do this through financial support, but more importantly, advisory services for individuals and the following sectors and businesses. We also offer corporate finance. Whether you need capital to finance a business venture, working capital to expand your business, or finance vehicles or plant machinery, we have the right solution to meet your specific business needs. Our corporate finance has big interests in mining, rendering support to the sector in a number of ways. Other corporate finance offerings include capital reconstructions, corporate restructuring, commercialization, privatization, localization, and equity investment advice. Financial due diligence, investment advisory services, private placements, mergers and acquisitions, and business valuations. Small medium enterprises, SMEs. We understand that when you trust us with your business, you are entrusting us with your vision. We strive to work closely with you to build a firm financial base and find ways in which our banking solutions can be optimized to suit your diverse needs. We offer a myriad of products and are well placed to service and support the unique needs of the following. Traditional small businesses in various sectors, including agro-processing, mining, distribution, retail or wholesale, service industry, food and beverage, manufacturing, transport and tourism. Sole proprietors, professional practices, private business certificate holders, small franchise operators, registered savings and credit cooperative societies, SACCOs. Agribusiness. We provide guidance and support on all agriculture-related requests and ensure continuity, accessibility, and quick decision-making. Partnerships with leading academic institutions keep us abreast of the latest research developments and emerging trends in the industry. We have tailored, flexible, and cost-effective finance packages that specifically cater for the sector. We match export and import needs with strong global transacting products and simplified risk hedging instruments. Our specialist industry knowledge is aligned to the needs of three main market sectors, namely agronomy, horticulture, livestock production. Franchising. Our franchising is a unit which was created to devise and deliver tailored solutions for the franchise market. With our client-centric philosophy, partnering with you to grow your franchise, NEDBANK Franchising offers clients a banking partnership founded on our willingness and ability to understand your franchise and provide you with a solutions-driven service. We take both the franchisor and franchisee's needs into account. Our holistic approach includes lending, transactional, and value-added solutions. The bank has introduced numerous digital banking capabilities to simplify banking and improve customer experience. Our digital innovations include mobile banking using the USSD platform or mobile banking app, internet banking, online account opening, an enhanced contact center for improved customer queries handling, POS, point of sale, iPOS, integrated point of sale, and MPOS, mobile point of sale machines, and a vast network of ATMs that dispense USD and Zimbabwean dollars. We also facilitate DSTV payments, Zimra payments in USD and Zimbabwean dollars, and have a prepaid MasterCard available for your convenience. Our fully fledged international banking unit offers services in offshore finance, international business and SWIFT payments, facilitating foreign transactions such as foreign payments, foreign receipts processing, telegraphic transfers, CD1s and CD3s. NEDBANK's value-added services include financial planning, business assurance, investment planning, estate planning, offshore financial planning, and short-term insurance. We do not just throw money at you. That would be bad banking. We provide a considerable measure of support. Our financial advisory role will drive us to provide real engagement to ensure that what we deliver is sustainable for you, the society, and for us. We are the money experts who do good. See money differently. NEDBANK.
Welcome back to our guests. Thank you so much for the questions that we have received. We note that some of them we cannot articulate them in this event, so we'll certainly be sharing a detailed question and answer document that we will share with all participants or all guests to this meeting. And in other areas, we'll also make direct engagements with our customers so that we can deliberate the various issues that have been brought about more comprehensively. The first question was on the contact center number. I believe that number has been shared to our customers so that you are able to get your queries or any areas that you need assistance from the bank 24 hours a day and 365 days of the year. The first question that I would like to just attend to quickly, I'm a new client to NEDBANK. How do I get a debit card? We ask you to kindly visit any of our branches for branch of your convenience, and the card will be issued to you. Obviously, when you get a debit card, it also gives you an opportunity to be linked to our mobile banking app. So certainly more convenience for you as our esteemed customer. I know that we must also apologize. I think there were technical glitches here and there, sometimes sound, sometimes our presentations, but obviously we aim to do better. And I think some of them were sort of addressed during the progress of this meeting. Other customers were asking whether this webinar will be shared. We will certainly be sharing the link of the recorded sessions, and you'll be able to perhaps get more insights as you perhaps listen to it in your own time of convenience. The other question was kindly confirm the minimum amount of the SME auction. I did highlight that the minimum is US 2,500, maximum is 20,000 US, and on the main auction, it's 50,000 US, maximum 500,000 US. I'll hand over to Alfred. There was a question that says, please clarify, does manufacturing fall under own use when goods are ultimately for resale? Over to you, Alfred.
Thank you very much, Miriam, and thank you to one of our wonderful audience, that's Karen Mittel. So the clarity here is if a manufacturing firm is importing goods for resale, then under the description or under beneficiary, we then need to indicate a resale. Own use is when you're importing goods primarily for use in your production, where you're the ultimate beneficiary of those particular goods. But when you are reselling them, even if you're a manufacturer, then that particular transaction should be classified under a resale. Thank you.
Thank you, Alfred. Another question to you, it says, I think the speaker has not mentioned about the limits depending on the category of the bidder, whether you're a primary or secondary. As far as I know, the limits differ based on that, and that's coming from Evans Mshonga.
Thank you very much, Evans, for that question. Definitely, it does provide clarity and guidance. So we've got two categories that are currently in place. We've got the primary category and we've got the secondary category. So under primary category, when the bid is under the SME, the participant is allowed to bid to a maximum of 20,000 US dollars. That is for the primary category under SME. And the minimum that they can bid for is 2,500. Then for the secondary category under SME, the maximum that can be bid, which is very important, and please take note, it is 10,000 US dollars, whilst the minimum still remains 2,500. So once you are categorized as secondary, and then you come to the auction and you bid for an amount that is above 10,000, then automatically your bid will be rejected. Then likewise, the primary category and the secondary category also apply under the main auction. So the maximum that a company can participate for under the main auction as primary is 500,000. And then the minimum that they can bid for is 50,000. Then for those classified under secondary, the maximum amount that they can bid for is 100,000 US dollars, and the minimum is also 50,000 US dollars. So in a case where an importer who is classified under secondary then participates or indicates a bid amount that is above 100,000, that then forms the basis for disqualification from the auction. So it's very important for our clients, for you, our partners, to take note of these different limits. Thank you. Back to you, Miriam.
Thank you, Alfred. Then just one last question for you. It says, can you bid more than once for a single item if the limit per bid is insufficient for its import? That's coming from Garikai Ngwarati.
Thank you very much, Garikai, for that. I think this is one of the situations where sometimes, because of interpretation and understanding, some bids are unfairly disqualified. So certainly, yes, one can actually bid more than once for a single item if the limit per bid is insufficient for its import. But what is important is for the subsequent bids that you do submit, you then need to provide the supplier statement to indicate that the amount remains outstanding, and where a payment or where a part payment has been made is also very important for you to then attach the telegraphic transfer copy to confirm that a part payment has been made and you are now waiting for allocation of the balance. So it's important to take note of this when you do submit your bids for subsequent payments. And just to confirm, yes, you can bid more than once for a single item if the limit per bid is insufficient to meet the import. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alfred, for that comprehensive response. Then there is a question where perhaps we need further clarity, but it says, the limit is too small for construction equipment procurement. This is from Future Chakanyuka. I'm perhaps wondering whether Future was talking about the SME auction limit, but if perhaps you are within the SME segment, but you've got a bid that qualifies, let's say it's about 50,000, 60, 70, 80, you can also bid on the main auction. There are no restrictions. The restrictions are really about the amount, not necessarily the segment. So even SMEs can bid on the main auction, and where corporates have got small invoices, they can also come to the SME auction and bid. I'm hoping that I've clearly answered that question. And if it was perhaps speaking to the loans that Tendai mentioned too, there are no limits to our vehicle asset finance. The only limiting factor is your capacity to service the loan from a balance sheet and ability to repay. So I would say that is the response, but if perhaps Future has got other, or maybe wants to make further clarity, we can always address that separately after this meeting. I will move on to the next question. It says, does loan-funded bidding include overdraft facility? If so, on the form for the Zim dollar balance, do you write the available balance, including the overdraft, or you write the actual balance? This is from Esther K. I don't know, perhaps Tendai or Alfred, you may be able to articulate that question.
Thank you very much for raising this question, Esther K. This question was actually clarified in the most recent Exchange Control Directive that was released by the Reserve Bank. Yes, loan-funded bidding is permitted up to a maximum of 50% of the loan amount. And certainly, yes, the amount needs to be included on the form, that is the ZWL amount, to demonstrate that there is sufficient balance in your ZWL account in order to meet the amount that you have bid for. So yes, you can submit your bid with loan funding, but only up to a maximum of 50%. That is the prescription that has been given by the ground rules. Thank you very much for that question.
Thank you, Alfred, for articulating that question. The final question is, what customized business solutions do you have? Over to you, Tendai.
Thank you so much, Miriam. As I alluded earlier on, so we've got a wide range of products that have cut across your business need as a business. So if you're looking for short-term facilities, like I highlighted, we've got the working capital facility, whether it's an amortized term loan or if it's a working capital overdraft facility over a maximum of 12 months. If you've got CapEx requirements, like Miriam mentioned, we can also assist with the financing of your plant and equipment related to your business, as well as the vehicle and asset finance. So for us as a bank, we customize the solution to meet your specific business need. So we kindly ask you to engage us possibly after the meeting, and we can see what sort of needs your business has and see what sort of customized solutions we can come up with. Thank you very much, Miriam.
Thank you, Tendai. Last but not least is a question or comment from Mr. Gordon Muwoni, who says, I've been submitting all my papers as required, but on the day of the results, I'm told you are missing on the list or missing papers. How do you explain that? I think that particular question requires further investigation. So certainly, Mr. Muwoni, we will be getting in touch with you after we've looked at perhaps your various submissions and see what the issues were. And I'm sure we'll be able to articulate so that at least you are a happy foreign currency bidder through the allocations that come to your business. I would say those are the questions that we received from this webinar. And to all our customers who dialed into this event, you will certainly be getting a small token of appreciation from us. We know that you have busy schedules, but you set aside everything that you were supposed to do this morning to tune in and to dial into this webinar. And I'm sure it has been very valuable for you that you joined. And we look forward to having you in future webinars that we will be obviously flighting as a NEDBANK SME. So we will also be articulating various topical issues that affect our customers. So thank you so much. And without further ado, and last but not least, I would like to introduce our Executive Head, Sales and Business Origination, Mr. Harry C. Harry, who will give us closing remarks. Over to you, Harry.
Thank you very much, Miriam, for holding forth. I thought the level and quality of the exchanges was so sublime. Just allow me to tender my thanks to all of our esteemed clients, primarily for taking time to participate during this very knowledgeable session that we've had. And also, I also want to take this opportunity to thank them for providing us with their custom. You know, we take note for granted that they are unlimited in terms of options. They could as well have moved their business to competition, but they then saw it worthwhile to give their custom to NEDBANK. So it's not something that we want to take very lightly. And I think pursuant to that gratitude that we seek to express, it's important that as banks, we then take a role to be financial midwives. What do I mean when I say financial midwives? It's incumbent upon ourselves to be able to help customers manifest their dreams and aspirations, for them to be able to metamorphosize, to move from one level of life cycle of their business to the next. I think it's always going to be a worthwhile story and a very good testimony if NEDBANKs also then chips in to be able to help the client move from being a middle corporate and in one day to be a large corporate, to become the next Deltas, the next Econet within whatever spaces that they operate. And one of the ways that we can do this is to offer these platforms where we showcase our experts and are able to interact with our clients and also respond to some of these issues that they don't normally get an opportunity to be able to ask, to be able to seek clarity. I think a lot of the times as banks, we've sort of wanted to speak to our clients from the comfort of our offices, speaking to, but not necessarily offering a platform where there can be that intercourse and exchange of information on a one-on-one and on an interactive basis. I think after this, it is our aspiration that there shall be two takeaways. Number one, the level of bids that are being tendered by our clients going forward, I believe they'll be of superior quality. And where you feel that we need to provide more information, please feel free to reach out to your respective relationship managers, that even the members at shop floor levels, I know you are obviously at a directorship level, you are not the one that handles from a transactional and an operational basis. So feel free to then reach out to our team. They will be at hand to then provide more intimate knowledge even to your members that prosecute the transactions, so that we minimize the level of disqualifications. I can imagine the impact of whatever disqualification to your business, because it impedes your ability to restock, it impedes your ability to make money so that you can pay for your costs, so that you can then fund that CapEx equipment to then take your business and your capacity utilization ratio to the next level. So that is something that we shall look forward to avail ourselves so that we offer more intimate information to the members within the organizations who use this information and also prosecute the bids. And secondly, what I'm also aspiring for is that the level of digitization of our clients will also be enhanced. Zimbabwe, for all intents and purposes, is now a digitized economy. It's a cashless economy. If you look at the statistics of the level of our cash penetration as a function of our core deposits, as a function of the broad money, it's now less than 2%. Whereas if you go to first world countries, the level of cash is about 10 to 15%, and at times up to about 20%. So you can imagine now the level of outage of cash within Zimbabwe. So what that entails is customers now need to look for digital solutions, which then capacitate them with the ability to pay for whatever petty cash requirements. That's the reason why now we've offered the carding solution, the petty cash card, where you can now come into the bank, take your card, fund for whatever it is that you want to pay for. You can give it to your messenger, give it to whoever, with the proviso that you control the limit vis-a-vis the exposure that you have. So if at all you then require that particular service, our members shall be at hand to also proffer that particular solution. And lastly, we've got the very exciting mobile application, which you can then use if you wish to transact off EcoCash. You want to move your money from your account onto an EcoCash platform so that you can pay for whatever expenses that you want to pay for. If you want to move your account, if you want to move your money from your account, either to pay for your bills, be it ZESA, bill payment, city council, whatever it is, with that platform, you will then be able also to meet that particular payment demand. Ladies and gentlemen, time obviously is jealous, doesn't quite allow us to be able to unpack more intimately the vast array of solutions that we've been working on over the last 12 or so months. But I would like to just close in by urging our team members, let's continue staying close to our clients. We expect that this is just but the first of the sessions that we provide for our clients. Let's talk more to our clients. Let's provide more platforms so that they can then ask us, and guess what? Knowledge is power. Many thanks, ma'am, to your team, and that is my closing remark.
At NEDBANK, we defined our purpose as to use our financial expertise to do good for individuals, families, businesses, and society. We gave ourselves a responsibility to challenge old limiting paradigms about money and shift them to new empowering ones. We realized that we can bring value to society out of our core strengths and what is germane to our business, extensive financial expertise. We do this through financial support, but more importantly, advisory services for individuals and the following sectors and businesses. We also offer corporate finance. Whether you need capital to finance a business venture, working capital to expand your business, or finance vehicles or plant machinery, we have the right solution to meet your specific business needs. Our corporate finance has big interests in mining, rendering support to the sector in a number of ways. Other corporate finance offerings include capital reconstructions, corporate restructuring, commercialization, privatization, localization, and equity investment advice, financial due diligence, investment advisory services, private placements, mergers and acquisitions, and business valuations. Small medium enterprises, SMEs. We understand that when you trust us with your business, you are entrusting us with your vision. We strive to work closely with you to build a firm financial base and find ways in which our banking solutions can be optimized to suit your diverse needs. We offer a myriad of products and are well placed to service and support the unique needs of the following: traditional small businesses in various sectors including agro-processing, mining, distribution, retail or wholesale, service industry, food and beverage, manufacturing, transport and tourism, sole proprietors, professional practices, private business certificate holders, small franchise operators, registered savings and credit cooperative societies, SACCOs, agribusiness. We provide guidance and support on all agriculture-related requests and ensure continuity, accessibility, and quick decision-making. Partnerships with leading academic institutions keep us abreast of the latest research developments and emerging trends in the industry. We have tailored, flexible, and cost-effective finance packages that specifically cater for the sector. We match export and import needs with strong global transacting products and simplified risk hedging instruments. Our specialist industry knowledge is aligned to the needs of three main market sectors, namely agronomy, horticulture, livestock production. Franchising. Our franchising is a unit which was created to devise and deliver tailored solutions for the franchise market. With our client-centric philosophy, partnering with you to grow your franchise, NEDBANK Franchising offers clients a banking partnership founded on our willingness and ability to understand your franchise and provide you with a solutions-driven service. We take both the franchisor and franchisee's needs into account. Our holistic approach includes lending, transactional, and value-added solutions. The bank has introduced numerous digital banking capabilities to simplify banking and improve customer experience. Our digital innovations include mobile banking using the USSD platform or mobile banking app, internet banking, online account opening, an enhanced contact center for improved customer queries handling, POS, point of sale, iPOS, integrated point of sale, and MPOS, mobile point of sale machines, and a vast network of ATMs that dispense USD and Zimbabwean dollars. We also facilitate DSTV payments, Zimra payments in USD and Zimbabwean dollars, and have a prepaid MasterCard available for your convenience. Our fully fledged international banking unit offers services in offshore finance, international business and SWIFT payments, facilitating foreign transactions such as foreign payments, foreign receipts processing, telegraphic transfers, CD1s and CD3s. NEDBANK's value-added services include financial planning, business assurance, investment planning, estate planning, offshore financial planning, and short-term insurance. We do not just throw money at you. That would be bad banking. We provide a considerable measure of support. Our financial advisory role will drive us to provide real engagement to ensure that what we deliver is sustainable for you, the society, and for us. We are the money experts who do good. See money differently. NEDBANK.